Imagine a scenario where a simple command line interface tool could open the door for malicious actors to execute harmful code on your machine. Sounds terrifying, right? Well, this was the reality for users of Google's Gemini CLI, an open-source AI-powered tool designed to enhance productivity for developers. But here's where it gets controversial. The vulnerability was discovered by researchers from Tracebit, who demonstrated how an adversary could exploit the flaw to execute malicious commands on a target user's machine. Let's dive into the details of this alarming discovery and the subsequent patch released by Google. Google Gemini CLI, a blessing or a curse? Google Gemini CLI is an open-source, AI-powered command-line interface tool that allows developers to interact directly with Gemini AI from the terminal. It performs various activities, such as generating code and debugging, to enhance productivity for developers. Google has also integrated this tool with Google Code Assist to facilitate AI-powered coding. However, the recent discovery of a serious code execution vulnerability in Gemini CLI has raised concerns about its security. The vulnerability, a closer look. The vulnerability existed due to several security flaws that an adversary could chain to perform an attack. These include improper validation, prompt injection, misleading UX, and inspecting untrusted code. By the Gemini model, Gemini CLI functions by executing shell commands via the Run Shell command tool and adds context files, called Gemini.md, to the codebase. These two steps are what the researchers used in their attack to demonstrate the issue. In their attack, the researchers demonstrated injecting malicious code with the grep command that most users would whitelist. Next, when Gemini CLI runs code, it won't appear to the user due to the added whitespace. This manipulation of the AI's terminal user interface by enveloping the malicious command with whitespace allowed the attacker to make the harmless part of the command visible while hiding the malicious part. Google's response: a patch deployed. Following this discovery, Tracebit researchers reached out to Google to report the flaw via Google's Vulnerability Disclosure Program on July 27, 2025, 2 days after the Gemini CLI launch. In response, Google patched the vulnerability with Gemini CLI version 0.1.14. Google's security model for the CLI is centered on providing robust, multi-layered sandboxing. They offer integrations with Docker, Podman, and macOS Seatbelt, and even provide pre-built containers that Gemini CLI can use automatically for seamless protection. For any user who chooses not to use sandboxing, they ensure this is highly visible by displaying a persistent warning in red text throughout their session. The bottom line: stay safe, stay updated. To keep their devices safe from potential threats, users must ensure that they update to the latest CLI release. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of staying vigilant and keeping our tools updated to protect against potential security threats. What are your thoughts on this discovery and Google's response? Let us know in the comments.